part 2. Part 2 of singular plural. You should go do part 1 before you do the part 2, just because it's a better introduction to the magic words. This one is going to focus more so on apostrophe S's and the verb agreement. So it has to be the opposite. The subject has to be plural and the verb has to be singular, or the subject has to be singular and the verb has to be plural. That's what we're going to focus on this one, as well as the apostrophes. Okay. So the first one being, okay, so we're talking about, I began carting my guitar around everywhere, to school, to work, to friends' houses. Okay. So friends is plural and houses is plural. When that's the case, we're going to have to put an apostrophe after the S. So if we got plural, we're going to do an S apostrophe plural. If we do singular, it's going to be an apostrophe S singular. Okay, so the words have to be that way. So in this case, this is plural, plural. So we're going to have an S apostrophe. So the first one can't be because there's no apostrophe on friends. This one would indicate that the second one have to be singular. That is completely wrong. The third one, yes. This one is plural. The apostrophe is outside the S, and then this is plural. So that's going to be the correct use of it. Okay. And this one wouldn't be correct because this is plural. You can't do a singular person's friends' houses. Okay. So they're saying more than one friend, more than one house. Okay. So going down to the next one, we got the same thing. As a student in graduate school, Bassler became intrigued with other researchers' discoveries. Okay, not and there. That's too many words. So researchers' discoveries, this is plural, this is plural. So it's multiple researchers and multiple discoveries. So you're going to have the S apostrophe. So it would be this one right here. Okay, because that one wouldn't be right because it's taking possession of the discovery, so that would be wrong. This is too many words, keep it simple. And that would be too many words, so get rid of that one. So it has to be H. Okay. The next one's being a T-star cluster illuminated by 4 bright young stars nestled in the nebula like birds' eggs. Okay, so we're talking about plural, right? So this is going to be plural. This is going to be plural, so it's going to have to be the S apostrophe. So this is correct, just the way it is. I know it looks strange, but that's the rule. When this is plural and this is plural, you're going to have to do the S apostrophe. So we're going to go with that one right there. Because this one is wrong, because that would be singular taking possession of eggs. And we're talking about multiple ones. This is completely wrong because you got to take possession of those eggs, and this one's completely wrong because you got to take possession of the eggs. Okay, so the next one is, I can't even pronounce these. You can't pronounce a word, you just say P. PXSS is a master of PN, or flower cloth embroidery, the most difficult of the centuries-old Hmong needlework arts. Okay, centuries old. Okay, we're talking about more than one, so this has to be plural. But as it's stated, that's singular, right? That's singular taking possession of that. That doesn't make sense, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, now this is plural. That looks good. This one can't be because we'd have to have plural, and old is not plural. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to get rid of that. So the only one it can be is the plural version of it. All the rest are singular taking possession of, and it doesn't make sense. Okay. So the next one I didn't give enough information. I apologize. When I made the worksheet, I didn't give you enough context, so we can't do that one. Okay. After that, they ripped the channel through Johnson's Shut-ins, one of Missouri's most popular state parks. Though flood damage marred the park's beauty for a time. Okay, so are we talking about one park? We're talking about one of Missouri's, I apologize, I scribbled that out, one of Missouri's most popular state parks. So we're talking about one park here, right? So if we're talking about one park, we have to put an apostrophe there. So we're talking about one park's beauty for a time. Now remember, when we were on part 1 of the singular plural and we're talking about apostrophe S's, what we have to do is identify it, but we don't want to change any other part of the underlined portion. So all we're going to do is change that one word. So we're going to change it from plural to singular, taking possession of the beauty for a time. So as we look at the portion, the options we have, we're going to get rid of this one because we know it's not more than one park. And we know it's not more than one park, so it's not going to be an apostrophe S. Now, remember, I don't want to change anything else about it, about any of the underlined portions, so I got to keep that comma there. I don't want this one because this now changes the meaning of the sentence. We want to keep it just the same, and we're just changing that one word parks. Okay? Now, here. Now we're going to be going into more so the verbs, the singular and the plural, or the plural and the singular. So what we have to do is chances of surviving. Okay, so we've got he. Whose chances of surviving? He. He is singular. Okay, so singular, if we have a singular subject, we have to have a plural. We have to have a plural verb. So we're not chances to surviving. That doesn't even make sense. So we're going to get rid of those two right away. Those are two nonsense. And then it goes down to what we just did. So singular, this has to be plural. So it has to be C. Okay. So the next one we got a descriptive clause on this one. Okay. So precautions such as these, along with rigorous procedures and training. So we're going to get rid of that right there. Okay, so now we got precautions such as these make the job quite safe. Okay, what makes the job quite safe? It would be the precautions. Now, so that's plural. So what does that verb have to be? It has to be singular. Now, here's how you can eliminate. You got to look for the magic words. Now, is the partner in crime is are. There is no are in the options, so we know that one can't be right. Then we have has, but looking at the partner in crime, have is not an option, so we know that's wrong. So that leaves us with the make and make, so we know we're on the right track, right? So when we have the plural subject, we have to have the singular verb. So it would be this one right here. Okay. And then the second one, this one does the same thing. Okay, so Bassler began using information from her quorum sensing studies to understand how the strains of bacteria. Ooh, I see the magic word of, right? So now it's going to be the strains of bacteria. Okay, so V strains, is V strains singular or plural? It would be plural because V strains, that strains makes it plural. Okay, so if the subject is plural, what does the verb have to be? Singular.